Joining us now, former Democratic presidential candidate and author of the book, A Return to Love, Marianne Williamson. Marianne, thank you so much for joining us on American Agenda. It's great to have you here. I just want to get your thought now that you've stepped out of that campaigning spotlight. You've been out of it for a while. When you see what's going on with the Democratic Party, what do you connect with? Are you all in favor, or are you thinking this is crazy?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. And I agree with what you said a moment ago. I was impressed by the intelligence of the people who were responding to your to the questioning that was posed before them. I think that the American people represent in total a kind of intelligent middle. We don't want extremes on either side. And we're obviously living through a time of political earthquake in the United States. And extreme positions on both left and right have emerged. And they have emerged in large part because the establishment of both parties has failed the majority of American people economically. Now, I think that we will settle. We will settle because I think that people will reject the extremes on both sides. That's certainly my hope, because that's when America works the best. So in the Democratic Party, what you're saying, even though Florida was not close, that Senate primary last night, as you've noted, if you look at Wisconsin, if you look at Michigan, these were razor thin. So hopefully where the Democratic Party will land is that some of the issues, particularly of economic inequality, that have been brought up by DSA-linked candidates will be absorbed into more establishment moderate Democratic positions, and we will land somewhere in a place where we do represent the American people an intelligent middle.
So when you look, Marianne, the Democrat Socialists of America, that platform that went out that everybody always talks about when they proposed drafting a new United States Constitution, abolishing the Senate, overhauling or getting rid of the Supreme Court, big public or private companies getting taken over by public companies, should people believe that?
No, people have a right to be horrified hearing that. But on the other side, we're horrified when we see the current president of the United States undermining those institutions. Whether you have one side undermining them or the other side actually overtly attacking them, no, the American people are going to come to a place saying, no, we don't want any of that. We want to protect these institutions. We want to make them better, but we certainly want to maintain them.
Marianne, do you think that the so-called big tent that the Democrats so frequently speak about, it's very much become kind of a part of their mantra, I believe. Is it too big at this point, that tent?
Well, on both sides of the political spectrum, in a democracy, everybody's voice matters. It's healthier when voices are heard so that people have a chance to intelligently listen. You know, if you look at American history, that has always been true. Democracy is messy that way. So the fact that people are saying certain things, let them say it. Let them say, abolish the prisons. And people will go, no, we can't afford to abolish them. And some conversations are being brought up about the fact that they're privately owned, that they're money-making machines, that like when I was in college, 300,000 people were incarcerated. Today, 2.3 million. Why is that? So the conversations that are brought up sometimes are good, but the ultimate conclusions that many people on the extremes are representing, the American people saying, no, 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 that's not where we're going. That's certainly what I hope will continue to be true. And when I heard those people who were interviewed on your show a few minutes ago, I was very impressed. People are not. Too.
I was surprised.
Well, people are smarter than I feel like the media ever gives them credit for. You know, people are out there working hard. They're making decisions for themselves. They're actually very smart here. At what point, though, under this tent, do you have to, maybe in the Democrat Party, say, okay, enough is enough. We don't want this idea in our tent. Like, you know, you get what I'm saying?
It's almost become poisonous.
Well, I do hear what you're saying, but remember, the very fact that DSA popularity emerged was because of many people saying to the establishment Democrats, enough is enough. Meaning, and this is true of both political parties, you have a situation in America where too many people have been left out. The establishment economy over the last 50 years has moved more and more in the direction of the protection, the maintenance, and the uplift of a few Americans at the expense of the many. And so on both sides, people are saying enough is enough. You can't just say, we're going to suppress your voice. You have to listen to what people are complaining about and address it. And if you don't, you're going to get extreme positions like this.
Well, you know how you get to the bottom of it all? You have an election then. After people campaign on it.
The people who are obviously very intelligent, they will decide.
They make a choice. Marianne Williamson, got to leave it there. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.